Hello, kids. It's another exciting topic for this week in our English class. Again, I'm Teacher Chen, your English teacher for today. Let's get ready for our today's topic, giving conclusions to realistic fiction. Now, let us differentiate first fiction, nonfiction, and realistic fiction. Now, what is fiction? A fiction refers to plot, characters, and setting created from imagination. Example, a cat flying or a talking cat. This is an example of a fiction. A fiction, remember that this is created from the imagination of the author or the writer. Another example is a woman or a lady who has a supernatural power. This is the product of writer's imagination because it could never happen in real life. Now, what about nonfiction? Okay, on the other hand, when we say nonfiction, it refers to factual stories focused on actual events and people. Meaning to say, it has to have evidence. For example, the life cycle of a frog. It refers to factual, and this really happened. Okay, so there are certain stages, the life cycle of a frog, and this is already written. Another is a documentary film. Okay, like a film of Jose Rizal. Okay, all things or all the stories or all the facts on Jose Rizal is given or stated or presented in the documentary films. Now, what about realistic fiction? It is a genre consisting of stories that could have actually occurred to people or animals in a believable setting. So, example of this is Lazy One and the Crabs. We have also the story in your Filipino, Ang Pambihirang Sombrero. Okay, it seems like realistic, but then still it is a fiction. Okay, an imagination. Okay, now what about a conclusion? Okay, how are you going to do it? How are you going to draw a conclusion? So let us first define what is a conclusion. A conclusion is a statement a reader makes after reading a passage in a story. Meaning to say, you are going to give an ending or a conclusion, something that is might happen in real life. Okay, so how are we going to make it? So to draw a conclusion, you can use the story clues. This is something mentioned or written or given in the text that you have read. And then you are going to add your own experience. This is what you know. What do you think will happen next if these things happen? So we can say that through our experience, we can add or we can draw conclusion to figure out things that were not fully explained in the story. So there is a formula here. Story clues plus what I know is equal to the conclusion. Again, story clues and then your own experience. This is your personal knowledge and experience to give you conclusion. Now, remember, you have to make sure that you could think on the story clues. Again, it wouldn't rain for several days. What do you think will happen here? What conclusion you can give? It wouldn't rain for several days. If that would happen, what do you think? So let us get the clue. It wouldn't rain for several days. No rain. Lack of rain. Okay, no rain. So this is your clue. Now, what could be your own experience if that there's no rain at all? So what do you usually think really around you when there is no rain? So let's have the personal knowledge. So if you could see, if you would know what you know, if plants will die because there's no water, because of lack of water or no water at all. So plants will die could be your conclusion. So plants will die. So this means that if there's no rain for several days because plants need water, so plants will die. So that will be your conclusion. So remember, you could have your story clues, then your personal knowledge. Now let's have another one. You are in line in the canteen. You ordered pizza. You look around the canteen and notice that the people who got pizza are throwing it away after taking a bite. Now, why are they throwing the pizza away? So you think about. So the clue here is when you look at the people around, those who got pizza, they throw it away after taking a bite. So what do you think would now, in your experience, once you eat something and then you try to throw it away in your mouth or try to remove that in your mouth and throw it away, what do you think is the problem of the pizza or of that food? So what could be your conclusion now? Okay, very good. The pizza is already spoiled. So the pizza is spoiled. The pizza doesn't taste good, or there is something there that does not taste good, okay, or very unusual taste. That's why they throw it away. Okay, so remember, you have to get the story clues and then the personal knowledge or your experience to give you conclusion. Okay? And then let's have now an exercise. Let me see if you understand. Okay? Read the paragraph carefully. Choose the letter that best gives the conclusion for the story. So here's the paragraph. Miss Renine politely excused herself and left the breakfast table. She was not feeling well. She had been resting in her cabin for some time when she smelled smoke. She thought it was from the machine room. Then she heard an alarm. Maybe it's just the foghorn, she said to herself. But when she opened her cabin door, she saw people running and going up to the upper deck. Smoke was everywhere. She grabbed a life jacket from under her bed and put on her overcoat. In a few minutes, she was outside her cabin. This way, a man said. I must find my brother, she said as she followed the man. There is no time, the man said as he pushed her towards the lifeboat. The smoke, people running and going up the upper deck, and the sound of the alarm are meant to give you what could be your conclusion? A happy feeling. B, a funny feeling. C, a frightened feeling. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, your answer could be letter C. Very good. A frightened feeling. Another one. You can conclude that the action took place in the morning. So that's the clue. In the morning, in the paragraph. Because A, Miss Ranin was resting, B, Miss Ranin was reading, C, Miss Ranin left the breakfast table. What is mentioned in the paragraph that gives you the clue that it is really happened in the morning? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay. Is your answer letter C? Let me see. You are right. It's morning because Miss Ranin left the breakfast table. Number three, you can conclude that the story took place So this is about the setting. On a ship, B on a train, C in an airplane. Okay, you have your clue there, cabin. 5 seconds. Okay, so your answer is letter A, on a ship. Next spot, number 4. She grabbed a life jacket and put on her overcoat. From this behavior, you can conclude that Miss Ranin was A. Angry, B. Quiet and calm, C. Nervous and afraid. Your answer is letter C. Very good. Nervous and afraid. Number 5. There's no time, the man said as he pushed her towards the lifeboat. From this sentence, you can conclude that the man wanted to A. Help Miss Ranin, B. Talk to Miss Ranin, C. Know where Miss Ranin was going. Okay, it's letter A. Very good. Now let's have another exercise. Read the sentences carefully and determine the conclusion from the set of sentences. Let's have for number 1. Yana and Biona like to read books. They see many picture stories from it. They know how important books are. They learn and get information from it. What do you think? 5 seconds. Okay, let me see your answer. Is this the same answer with you? Very good. They know how important books are. Edna can't eat. She can't even smile. Father will scold her. She has a failing marks. What do you think is the conclusion here? Okay, father will scold her. You have the same answer? Very good. Let's have another one. Jack was very happy. His friends congratulated him. His teacher praised him for getting 100% in the test. Jack will be at the top of the class again. So, what do you think is the conclusion? Very good. You have your answer. Do you have the same answer like this? Very good. Jack will be at the top of the class again. Dorian studied hard. She prepared her homework. She recited in class. She participated in class activities. Dorian wanted to get high grades. What do you think will be the conclusion here? Okay, let me see if you have the same answer. Very good. Darian wanted to get high grades. Kathleen is nervous type of girl. Kathleen's face turns rosy when called to recite. She slowly stands up. Her knees are shaking. Her hands are shivering and her heart beats like drum. What do you think would be the conclusion here? 5 seconds. Okay, your answer is Kathleen is nervous type of girl. Very good. Do you have the same answer? That's right, and that's great. Now, did you get all answers correct? Very good. That's a great job or good job for all of you. Now, that's all for today, and I do hope that you get a lot of learnings for today's topic. Happy learning, kids!